Hello, everybody. And yes, you are actually the first one. Even between Twitch and YouTube chat. No, I'm right on time. Misinformation. I'm right as I, arrived right as I said I would. Ish. Just gotta let me post this stream here to the Discord here real quick. Hopefully the chat will start to update with your messages here below me, because sometimes it takes a moment. I can already tell my cat's gonna run over here and start knocking stuff over. Hey, no, don't knock that over. That's what it's like having a cat. Consistent, ongoing torture. You're like, please don't come over here. But it's like, but you're over here, so I need to also be over here. How's it going, Jordy? And I'm like, but hear me out. You could be somewhere else, like sitting on my leg versus knocking over all of my recording equipment. It doesn't translate into her language, unfortunately. But thank you all for coming. Still just making sure I put out the link everywhere. That way people know. Ooh, jumped to 24 viewers. That's what we love to see. What are we streaming today? So it will depending on what you guys want to see. We're still slowly climbing in viewers here. So today was a bit of a long day, so I wasn't necessarily sure. Jake, don't try to buy crowns at 100 to 1. You know they're worth way more. It depends, honestly. So we did just have a crown sale, so some people do sell at 100 to 1. Crown gifting is not fixed for everybody. When you buy from a trade guild, you can usually get a better rate too. It just depends. You're not buying in bulk. You're just buying a short supply of them. But yeah, I mean, actually, I don't know if they have rules. So a lot of these guilds have rules as to what you are and aren't allowed to sell crowns at. I don't know if anyone's got theirs listed. I don't know if they do or don't. But yeah, so for a while, a lot of the guilds actually capped out the crown store prices to help keep a fair and open market. But I don't know if they're still doing that, which is what I'm looking for. Most places got away with it after the whole, thanks, cat. Most places got away from that, though, once the gifting went away, because then there was no crown store gifting. And then it seems like nobody's really added it back in. I was just curious if anybody was talking about it. What, Cat Dean? What? She's right here. You can at least put your head on the screen. There you go. They can almost see your ear. There you go. Just don't stand on the keyboard, please. Now, I don't think there's anything really at the minute that I want to buy with crowns. We have the mount. We've got the outfit. I don't even know necessarily what to do, per se, on this character. So we're looking for ideas. The next zone that you want to send him to is either Cyrodiil or the Imperial City. Seems to be the leading cause of places that you want to send my poor boy to. Don't sit up there. Don't sit up there. Come on. No, she's not happy that I wanted to go up there. Come on, go over here. Come on, come over here. Come over here. It's like negotiating with a terrorist. Come on. Come over here. What do I think about Liverpool? Disappointed, but happy that they're in the top 4, which is not where I actually thought they would be at the beginning of the season. So it's a mixed bag, obviously. You're happy that they're guaranteed a Champions League place. Disappointed that they're probably not going to win, but I don't think they win anything this year, so it's always hard to taper expectations. Come on, move. Come on, over here. Come on. Hang on, I'm going to go turn on one of her toys real quick. 1 second. Alright, that has removed her from blocking the screen and pressing all sorts of keys that do Lord only knows what. So I believe the next event will be the Zeals of Zenthar event. Which is a good event, I think, for everybody involved. I think it's definitely... I think it's geared more towards new, returning, or endgame players. I think it's got a really good balance, like the Jubilee event, where it's like, you know, there's a lot to do for all different groups of people. Because it'll be something... I always encourage people during the Zenthar event to max out their crafting, to make sure that they're, you know, leveling up their alternative characters, that they're doing the box farms, and all the other little nitty-gritty pieces. There's so much to do in the Zeals of Zenthar event, which is why I think it's such a good one for players to participate in. Oh, my cat is going to drive me insane. She just... So I have a toy that goes like up and down the whole time, and she just like accidentally pushed an object over to it, like a small tripod that I have, and now the tripod is stuck because it got wrapped up in it. So that's not ideal. I also realize now that my stream title for Twitch is different. Sorry about that, people on Twitch. I don't mean to lie to you. There are no Twitch drops active. I don't know why it does it like that. It's such a goofy, useless software. Jake, have you found a way to get coins? What do you mean a free way to get coins? You mean like grinding? I'm not sure I quite understand what a free coin is versus a not free coin. Oh, is it this? Do we just go to goldswat.com? Is this the method? I personally can't say that I've used such a website. I'm also curious too why they link something. That must be a way to prevent them from getting banned as quickly, because you know, there's obviously a lot of ESO players that go around and, you know, sell stuff, obviously. So is it if you have like an item linked, and that works? No crowns. Jake, have you found a free way to get coins? No crowns. You have to clarify for me. I heard that ESO is giving out free crowns. I have not checked yet. I don't know anything about that. Where'd you guys hear that from? Oh my gosh, my cat's back. Hey, can you at least come over this way? Oh, don't knock that over. Nope, no. No, come on. Oh, sit over here. Right there. What did you knock over? I don't know. That was my notepad. I'm new to the Elder Scrolls, so you can trade gold for crowns like pretty routinely. But as far as getting gold for free, I mean, you just would have to grind it in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, definitely GoldSwat is a major scammer. I mean, that's obvious. Don't use this. I'm just curious if linking an item like the bound crown fortifying meal causes them to not get flagged for spamming, because there's tons of people that link items or guilds and they go around from zone to zone, and they can usually evade bans and whatnot. That way it's easier. Glad you mentioned Twitch. I moved here to watch so I can type. Hello. Well, thank you for joining. What's the difference between typing on Twitch versus YouTube? Is there like a difference? You can get free crowns from that guy in the alley. I'm curious what you guys are talking about. What are you guys talking about with all this crown stuff? Is there something on their website? I can check their website real quick. On the Twitch app. Ah, that'll do it. Is Gold SWAT actually a scam? Probably. Almost definitely is it a scam. Well, let me rethink that. It's definitely a website that probably says that they sell gold, but whether or not you actually get the gold or not is probably a risk that I would not take. Because even if you do, there's still a decent chance that developers are like, nah, not today. And then, you're SOL. All right, I do not see anything in relevance to anything on their website about anything new or upcoming. So I'm not seeing anything here. Even if it is, plus two, it's against TOS. So like, if somebody gives you a lot of gold, that's like level 3, there's a good chance the developers would be like, "What's going on there, huh? It's a very charitable level 3. It's got millions of gold, just giving it out." That's actually how they banned quite a few Destiny scammers. Is they went around and like the developers would buy from these people, ban them, or then track who was buying stuff from them, and banned a whole bunch of people. Which is weird because Destiny doesn't even have like a real currency that's like as strong. So it's just the whole situation could just be a little bit cattywampus. How's it going, Daddy Manjo? Someone were saying they had crowns in their account and other players had gotten them too. Is it because of the people who had their accounts locked? Maybe? I know that they got a bunch of rewards, but I don't think that they got... I don't think they got anything. That I don't know. I do see here they're doing another ESO tavern in Germany. That's going to be crazy. I wonder if they'll try to coax us out there again. Be like, "You guys want to come here?" I've bought tons of gold from other websites and it worked really well. If it has PayPal as a payment option, it's usually legit because PayPal's pretty good about safe transactions. That could be true. I just generally don't risk it because even if like the website is fully fine, the developers might be like, whoa, what's going on here? Why is this level 3 giving you 10 million gold? What are you doing? Jake, make them extend the event a couple more days, please. I wish. I'm just a man on a camel. I can't control anything. I can't even control when this bad boy spits and doesn't. There's a water spot. This guy's already fishing here. Get rid of this guy. I forgot. I can't even use the Dark Brotherhood thing on there because the Dark Brotherhood does not exist here. We go back to our beautiful fishing life. I am like CP 16 something, almost 17 maybe, somewhere around there. Oh, one of you guys sent it to me. It's about the so yeah, people aren't getting crowns, they're getting a bunch of Seals of Endeavor for being locked out of their accounts. Mind you, those guys are all still locked out of their accounts. I would not wish that upon anybody because that seems exceptionally painful to be stuck for that long. I mean, if people want to buy, I'm not going to shame anyone for buying that sort of stuff. I just, it's to me, it's just risky, But obviously, as a content creator, I'm not going to risk my account, for stuff like that just because it could come back to bite me. It also discredits me. If I'm like buying gold, then why would you listen to what I had to say, Yeah, Yeah, we gotta be fishing, you know, gotta keep fishing. To be fair, I've been trying to think about what there else is to do. By the way, we are at, I think, like 15, 16 hours of the challenge, which means that we are about, what, 2/3 of the way done? But we have the mount, we have the outfit. I don't know where you could go to power level. That's the thing that I'm like, maybe we could try to power level, but it's like, where, pray tell, is there to do that? After this, though, the guild traders did flip, so I'll be able to see what was there. I wish that of myself. I've never gotten an Apex mount. To be fair, though, too, they like literally couldn't play the entirety of the event, and a lot of them that got banned were content creators, which kind of funny in a sense. I mean, I hate to say it's funny, but like, is a little bit funny that like all these content creators thought that they were going to be the first ones to go test out this stuff, and then bam, they're all banned. You know, like, what are the odds? It definitely seems like it's a pretty heated discussion, though. A lot of people are kind of like, you know, I feel like I should have been banned, and some people who are banned are kind of like, this doesn't give me what I wanted. You know, I didn't care about this stuff. Blah 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 blah. Like, there's so much like back and forth that's become like a heated discussion online, and I don't know necessarily where I fall in that argument. My Elder Scrolls started on Xbox console. Elder Scrolls Online was a late discovery for me. Well, glad to have you. I played it beta, took a long break, and then came back, but I came back on Xbox. I was like level, like, I was veteran level something, and then it translated to CP something or other. I can't even tell you on PC. I've only logged in to do a housing event. I feel like the UI is also just better. Like, tell me that this is better than PCs. Like, to me, this just looks cleaner, slimmer, you know, like, look at this. This just looks better, in my opinion. How'd you get banned, Splinty? Were you in the plane meld where everybody accidentally went to from PTS to the main server? Should give them what they want. These are the people who test the game. I don't disagree with you. You know, it's like, what do people want? You know, because everyone wants different stuff, and they're trying to like give out rewards to, you know, as a group. You know, you all are going to get this. You know, some people are. You know, everyone wants different stuff, and I feel like the rewards are pretty generous. I mean, I'm glad I'm not banned, because obviously it's hard to make ESO videos if you're banned. I'd have to make like a brand new account and then stream on that one. Level 3, you know, testing out gold method, 0 champion point levels. Oof, that sucks, Splinty. Hopefully it was worth it. I mean, I would be fine with it, at least the reward scheme, but everyone wants different stuff in the game. From a content creator standpoint, I know a lot of them were frustrated because it's like, well, how can I make content if my character's not here? I can't log in and do anything. I forgot to turn on the music. I'm so sorry, everybody. Here I am, just yakking away at you. That's what a lot of people have been saying too, Splinty. Alright, where is the Skyrim music? There we go. Please don't copyright me. Yes. So you can earn quite a few right now by doing their little tasks and stuff. They're usually, I think they're Thieves Guild themed right now. Oh wait, wrong thing. Woo. I don't know why it's in the thingamabob here. Loot 2 stealable items of blue quality or better. You get 100 endeavors. That's actually quite generous. So if you're on PC, I believe it ends the 28th, but if you're on console, it's already over. It's already over for me, you know, but because a lot of people, because even the people who weren't banned, you know, the servers on PC were down for quite a bit. They had to extend the event. I think it was down for like 1 or 2 days, and that was just for like everybody. Thankfully, they caught it pretty quickly, so there weren't like a crazy amount of people that were negatively impacted. Are you going to join Epic Butt Kerr's guild on the PC? I don't really play on PC at all, so I don't think I'm in any guilds. I don't play it enough to really contribute to anything. I mean, I do like housing tours there every so often and whatnot, but like I don't really do anything crazy on there. What are your plans for this character to get saved from being stranded when the 24 hours are up? I'll probably just throw him on a boat, you know? I think I'll just chuck him on a boat and be like, you're free. Or, if this is the character that retake to Cyrodiil, I'll just queue him to Cyrodiil and now he has to go there immediately. Which would be kind of funny. Be like, his escape is going to Cyrodiil or the Imperial City. No. Don't go over there. Don't walk on the keyboard. Gosh. Oh, I need to get like a tiny keyboard for her to sit on. Normally I wouldn't care, but like if certain buttons are pressed, that does like little audio cues. Like, did it do it? Did you guys hear a rim shot? There you go. Where am I going? What was I doing? Oh, Guild Trader. Yeah, like she's gonna like walk across the keyboard and all you guys are gonna hear is this just on repeat. It's like, oh, stop it. Oh my gosh, I keep going the wrong way. You'd think that after being stuck here for how long, I would know where things are. I have deleted characters. I generally don't like to, because I will I like to repurpose a lot of my characters. Oh my gosh, I need to just mark this. I keep running past it. He'll escape and run to Cyrodiil and go home to 80. I actually don't know what alliance this person's in. That's a good question. Does he have title? I guess he does have all the titles of everything he's not done. Not earned any of those. He's a Daggerfall Covenant boy. And he's a citizen rank. Mine are all pack mules. That's probably what he would become if he actually was repurposed. But I don't know, I don't know if it's better to reuse a new character, because technically it's like you can't really do anything in Cyrodiil anyway until you're level 10, because you got to be level 10 to go there. So it's like, what is it? For the challenge, I had to make a level 10 anyway. So maybe that'll be how the challenge ends, is him going to the next PvP zone, or it'll be between Imperial City and Cyrodiil, both of which are awful, mind you. So thank you guys for suggesting that. We could try to buy him a pet. Maybe that could be like the next goal. Although these pets are like, I already have them awkwardly too, but I guess I could buy it and be like, well, he now owns it. I actually have a decent chunk of money. 17,000 is not nothing. We could get in this hat. Look at that. No, cat, don't jump up there. There you go. You can be over there. I'm just looking at all the new listings and seeing if anyone's listed anything half decent. And the sad thing too is they're probably not going to increase the character limit until they make a new class. I think I have this on my other character. Oh god, without his outfit, he looks atrocious. What we really should start doing, even though I hate to say it, is we probably should start learning him some traits. By the way, you're looking for XP's farm the other day. There's goblins towards the top of the island and pirates to the bottom left. I farm Stroh's Mackay Matt, so I know the area. Problem is there's not that many mobs. Like, the mob density is just horrible. The prices are insane. I thought everything was cheaper than PC on console. Oh, this is cheaper. I mean, this is a guild trader though that's in the middle of nowhere, so like all of this stuff is listed incorrectly. So like this, for example, is probably worth more than 999. Ancient Orc is probably worth less. This is probably worth less. This is worth less. Like that's where it's like we're not dealing with people who are accurately listing up their items. Don't jump up here. Don't jump up here. Like this is not worth 20,000 for a blue ring, which is why it's been listed for 15 days and it's not sold. All this deadly gear is not worth this either. Sadly, if it was, I would be selling it right now. If you guys had to pick between throwing me in the Imperial City for 24 hours or Cyrodiil for 24 hours, which would you guys choose and why? I mean, you could just say which one. You don't have to say why. I'm just curious. The only problem is he is a necromancer, and I think for the challenge I want to use a Nightblade. That way I'm not getting clapped in the Imperial City. What is this? Oh, I forgot I have freaking scores turned on. Do I know the crown to gold ratio? No, it is all over the place. And it used to be pretty fixed by the guild traders, but now it's even more all over the place with the people still not having crown gift. I don't even think I have access to crown gifting yet. I don't think it'll tell me. Yeah, I don't even have it yet. So like, and I put the little ticket in and did what I was supposed to do, and I still don't even have it. So if I don't have it, you know, think about how many other people don't have it, and it's just pretty cattywampus. Not 2,500 to 1 on console. On console, it's probably between 1 and 300 to 1. But on PC, it probably is about 2,000 to 2,500 to 1. Well, that's exactly what you guys say. Yeah, that's about what it is. It's very different, obviously, the two economies from each other. Sad thing is, there's not anyone selling XP potions in that guild trader either. Not that I would necessarily use them. I can crown gift. What do I need to do to get that? Do you mean you can't crown gift? Is that what you mean, Kif? Or do you mean like you want to be in a place where you can sell safely? Well, which one are you referring to? Oh my gosh, this XP is so bad. I keep forgetting people still play on console. Well, little sassy people, more people play on console than play on PC. All right, so we actually forget that people play on PC. Yeah, I would say, I mean, I don't sell crowns with gold unless I have like excess. Like every so often I'll get like my 1,400 or whatever, the however much you get just for it existing on what's it called, for your ESO plus, and I'll buy them and I'll just go, all right, well, you know, I've got 1,400, I'll sell them, because the only thing I really buy is those little arms packs. That's what I'm looking for. That guy's getting clapped here. This is what I was doing at Buff Food. Maybe that's what we should have looked at and see if there's any there. So when they took the ability to crown gift away, they made these new rules for how to crown gift. And for some old accounts, it never became correctly added back. I sold $70,000 worth of crowns, and I sent in a ticket, and they still never verified me after all that. Jeez. $70,000 worth? That's a you know, quite a chunk of change. that point, hopefully you were using the crown exchange, the little illicit stuff using the Venezuelan currency. I still just have mixed feelings on crown crates as a whole, because on one hand I'm like, I'm glad that there is a way, like there's a profitable venture in the game for people to continue, right? Like, I'm glad that people can, you know, buy stuff and that there's a decent financial health to the game. So on the other hand, I mean, it's a loot crate, you know, like, because obviously I want ESO to continue. Obviously, it's important, but at what point, you know, how do you balance that with the financial aspect of it? And I don't think that crown crates are obviously pay to win. Some games like Wizard 101, for example, which I don't know why that's the reference I'm going with, but I'm going to. There's like these packs, but you actually get gear from them. So you get like end game gear from packs. And it's the most weird system I've ever seen. I mean, that is literally pay to win. It's like pay to actually be any decent at the game, which is crazy to me. That's why I'm like glad that the system isn't super obnoxious, but it's also not great. It's actually decent mob density here. True, most games have moved away from loot crates. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I just don't know, like, is it the most popular way to do things? Because even like when it comes to crown crates, like, yeah, the mounts are cool, but like, what do you really hope for? So like, I have a really cool mount in my opinion already. So it's like maybe a skin would be kind of neat. But like, even if I had this skin, I don't see myself putting it on my main characters. I might just be like, that's neat, nice to have, I guess, but I don't see myself using, and I already have these styles on my main character. The furnishing stuff is neat, I guess, but there's really like, what, this is the only furnishing item, and yeah, that's kind of cool, but what do you see? I actually have one because I did it, and it's like, what do I even do with this? Like, what do I do with putting this in my house? Where do you go with this? We're just, you know, XP grinding in Stros Mackay at the minute, but we're also just looking through the crown. So like, nothing here is like actually good. I want to see more personalities in the crown store. Part of me is glad that there's not more personalities in the crown store, just because personalities are like every character needs personality, you know? So it's always like, I don't like it when that's hid behind a paywall, even though technically my mine is now behind a paywall, but I believe it was unlockable during the Southern Elsewhere celebration event. I think that's how I got it originally. And how's it going, Mr. Fart? It's a tough balancing act, and I'm glad that they're, you know, at least successful in doing it so far. And I don't feel the need, like when people are what's a trainee, Mesa the trainee. At least fill out the sticker book for this place. Will not be too bad. At least when people are like, Jake, what do I need to buy from the crown store? I'm like, well, the banker and the merchant. It's kind of nice, and you know, maybe the guy that like deconstructs stuff is pretty cool too, but I don't really think you need any of those things. I mean, they're nice, but certainly not essential, in my opinion, at least. I mean, if you think about like where they're utilized, it's not as essential. Furniture and mounts are only worthwhile stuff in the store. Yeah, I mean, the houses are pretty good too, but I actually purchased all of my houses with gold. I just found a guy to sell it to me. Because like what I'll do is my 1,400 crowns that I get like a month or whatever the number is, like 1,650 or whatever that weird number is. Is it in the crown store right now? Could you guys steal my look? You guys literally become me? That's what I should do. I should start a GoFundMe for everybody to get this personality. Hang on, if it's in the Crown Store, that'd be hilarious. Then that way we could all meet. You know, we're doing the golden vendor videos on Fridays. You guys will just all sit out front with your torches out. Oh my gosh, I suck at this. There we go. Oh my gosh, you're right. Oh, there's only 16 hours left. Look at it. You guys could become me. I'm literally him. Look, it's like my normal character's here right now with us. It's crazy. Well, if you guys are interested, how much is this? 100 crown gems? 100 crown gems? What the heck? How much is it in Endeavors? That is a ridiculous rate, it seems like. Like, that seems pretty unfairly priced. What are we looking at here with the Seals of Endeavor, though? I only have 4,000 Seals of Endeavor. I'm so broke with Seals of Endeavor. Did I go too far down? Oh, there it is. 3,600. Okay, that's not terrible. I could actually afford that. Get a tree with that, too. What's changing? Is it just the... I guess it glows. Oh. Interesting. First thing I do with a new tune is make him into a skeleton. That way I don't need to worry about the drip in the crown store. That is true. You'd be surprised at how much stuff carries over. Where am I going? You'd be surprised like how much stuff like characters just have as brand new characters. Like, oh, I'm getting attacked. Like just this guy, just because my other characters have just done so much random shit. You know, they all get access to it pretty much, which is kind of cool. This is not effective at farming XP. We've even gotten a level yet. Oh my gosh, we've gained like half a level. Isn't there a level up rewards thing though? Future rewards. Alright, what can we hope to achieve? Okay, we get a bag space upgrade, 500 gold. We can also dungeon farm, Darkshade Caverns 1, big upgrades. And at 15, big milestone, we get the ability to weapon swap. Massive. Polymorph is actually a really interesting way to get around like having to make your characters look decent. Also, we are 82 concurrent viewers. Thank you guys. Now, this is a different time for us to start the stream than usual. Usually we're a little later in the day. And thank you guys for tuning in. And you can see the big updates from yesterday. Look at this. It spits. Not what you normally want to hear, but when it comes to camels, you do. Please don't judge me, I'm sorry. Are you not allowed to do Stros Makai's quests? I have already done all of the quests, sadly. There's like 6 of them, and they are like 5 seconds long, sadly. It has become an eye-opener. You don't realize like how much is missing in a zone until you are stuck there for 24 hours. For example, there's no Thieves' Den. No thieves at all. Not a single Thieves' Den is here. Second thing it's missing, because of that, is no Dark Brotherhood area, so you can't do anything with stolen goods. You can't launder stolen goods. You can't fence stolen goods. Can't do none of that. Then you realize that there's only 5 main story quests to complete in the whole zone, and every single side quest ties into the main story quest. So there's basically 5 quests here. And on top of that, there's only 1 rare fish that you need to get, which granted, that piece at least I'm not complaining about, but like, that is like the stuff to do. There's 5 main story quests, there's one lore book. Thank God we didn't strain ourselves too hard finding it. You know, 4 points of interest, or 4 points of interest, and then 3 striking locales. Oh, what a painful experience. That's why I'm like, Cyrodiil would be surely more interesting than this. But also, like, that could be painful. So you guys seem to note towards Cyrodiil. I'm going to also load up a poll on the community tab after this, just to see where people sit. Oh, we're at a medium armor level increase. That's what you love to see. Did not block that in time. Pew. Oh, baby. We are 3/4 of the way towards a level. Oh. I'd at least like to get to 15. If this is the character that's going to get stuck in Cyrodiil, being able to bar swap will be very helpful for our ability to not die. Like, repeatedly. That'll be very nice to have that little extra oomph, you know, to us. Just making sure all my chats are fixed. Every so often my chats get all cattywampus and I have to reload them on my phone. That way I'm not missing any of you guys' stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting clapped from behind. The nice thing is you silly hooligans think you're sending me to Cyrodiil to go fight people on a level 10. Little do you know that once I get into Cyrodiil, I'm going to subvert all of your expectations and go do the daily quests out of the cities there. So you guys can all eat your hearts out if you think that poor Redonius is going to ride his little camel into battle. Dear Redonius is going to be focused on the cities. He'll be confined to farming quests and trying to live. Although, there's quite a few vendors in Cyrodiil too. I think you can actually buy... I know you can buy buff food, which would be pretty amazing for us. Maybe that's why we'll do Cyrodiil first. And then if we do the Imperial City afterwards, it's like... You know, we'll actually have some sort of gear. Although I just hate the idea of him being a necromancer in the Imperial City. There used to be a great, or there used to be a good farm run where you are like for materials or for XP or for what? What do people farm here? Also, it seems like the Stros Makai quests are all cattywampus. So 1 second. I'm just gonna try to reset my chat real quick. That way, YouTube hopefully will pop back in. Because I want YouTube to be able to see the Twitch chat to be able to see the YouTube chat. Obviously, it's important that you guys are able to see each other. That way I can gaslight myself into thinking that I have more viewers than I do. Although, I mean, 56 concurrent viewers on the YouTube is good. I mean, I can't complain about that. What are we at on the Twitchers? 14. Is that 14 on Twitch? Let me refresh this. And we are twitching with 15 people. By the bottom right way shrine is where I go. Followed a bot, reported them, stole the route. I think you can also like, there's like little speed boosts you can do. And I think you can like knock them off their track if you do that. Sorry, I just realized ESP came out before Skyrim. I started with Skyrim. The game has more bugs than anything else does, but it's the funniest game I've ever played so far. I enjoy Skyrim. It was probably one of the greatest gaming experiences I ever had as a kid. Crazy to think that I was a freshman in high school when Skyrim was first released. Or no, I think was I in middle school when Skyrim came? I think I was either at the freshman in high school. No, I wasn't. I was a 8th grader when Skyrim was released, I think. She would get on Twitch and YouTube with different names and stuff. Wait. What did I miss? I'm missing some lore here. She would get on YouTube, or she would get on Twitch and YouTube with different names and start talking to ourselves. Oh, should we get on Twitch and YouTube with different names and start talking to ourselves? YouTube versus Twitch war begins now. Let's go, YouTube. That's true. YouTube always wins. It's interesting, though, because YouTube, like, it's actually technically better if you guys watch on Twitch, but, like, it doesn't. Just do whatever's comfortable for you. I'm not gonna be like, well, actually, if you guys all watched on Twitch, you know, that will be better, because, like, it's just, who am I, Boogie2988? On both, I'm gonna bump the figures for Jake. There you go. That's actually the real answer. No, I'm kidding. YouTube's weird with live streams. It's kind of like, it was kind of like YouTube Shorts for a while, where it, like, kind of hurt your channel by having them. Because, fun fact, YouTube will only ever recommend a certain amount of your videos at once. So if you have a lot of videos and live streams, it's like, ooh, let's find one and ship it off to people. And the problem is like, usually people, if they're shown like a, you know, a long live stream, they're like, ooh, I don't want to jump in on that. Hi, Kiff. Oh, are you talking to yourself, you silly gooses? What's the tea with Boogie? Oh my gosh. I'm about to block out the chat. You guys are goobers. So Boogie is a guy who has destroyed all of his credibility in the YouTube space. So I enjoy watching YouTubers throw away their YouTube careers, just because I think it's fascinating. You know, like the situation with the Try Guys. There's that situation with the BuzzFeed Unsolved people. You know, I watch all of that stuff just because I'm like, how do people mess it up so bad? And what happens is that people get a little too cocky, usually. But Boogie's a weird example, because Boogie was like a slow, disastrous, like, descent into beggary. Let's all call it beggary. So what happened is that essentially, and I'm on Xbox, essentially he made a bunch of terrible life choices and then begged his audience for years to basically keep him financially afloat. And what's the sad thing is like, the reason he was broke is because he blew all of his money on hookers. And oh shoot, let me sorry, Root, your comment got blocked. And thank you for the subscription, Dirty Dan. Or wait, was that old? Wait, where was the new one? Oh, I'm sorry, Callum Dodson. Thank you. And so what happened is he blew all his money and had to beg his audience, and then people were telling him to get a job, and he's like, I can't get a job, I'm too overweight. And then that made a bunch more people angry, because they're like, you know, you're at a point where, you know, there's quite a few people who are obese that work jobs, you know. And then he became a felon at one point, because, like, he shot a gun in the air to try to scare somebody away that he egged to coming to his house, and he's a felon because of it. So now he's like, nobody will hire me. And it's such a dumb situation overall. Never spend more than 50% of you gotta budget in, only 20% of your budget should go on prostitutes. And even like the prostitutes was so arrogant, because like when he was level 12, baby. So like, this is what because he did a whole documentary, right? And he was like, I deserve to have sex with 10s, you know? And it's like, what? Who does you don't deserve anything because you have like YouTube subscribers. Like, you don't deserve YouTube ad revenue, you don't deserve praise, you don't deserve anything, you know. Like, there's no inherent value to you getting to a certain point. And people might think like, oh, well, you know, it's a decent accomplishment. That's true, but you can also buy YouTube channels these days. People sell YouTube channels for money. So like, what if you bought a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel that like deleted all its videos so you could refresh it? That would mean that you did something? No. So the fact that he was like, well, I deserve to have sex with beautiful women, that made a lot more people angry. And then, so Keemstar, ironically, who's like a known drama person, actually is like the voice of reason in his life. Because, you know, he's constantly like, I'm going to go bankrupt, I'm going to be homeless, you know, to his viewers. And it just makes his viewers angry. And people will offer him solutions. And a lot of the stuff, you're kind of like, I don't think that's truthful. So one of the things that he says is, you know, he had cancer. And I don't think that he has cancer. Respectfully. Like, I don't think that he has it. I think that he's making it up or exaggerating it. Because at one point he said he had blood cancer. And then he said, oh, I don't have blood cancer. I have pre-cancer. You know, I've got the beginnings of what could develop into cancer. So it's like imagine if I came on stream one day and I was like, guys, I have cancer. You'd be like, oh my God, Jake, are you okay? And then some of you guys might be like very supportive and, you know, probably donate money. But please don't do that, obviously. This is just an example. And then if I came back and rolled it back, I was like, well, I don't actually have cancer. I just have risk of cancer. You know, I'm like a high risk. And they'd be like, of course you have a high risk, Jake. You're obese. Like, you have terrible health. And he has terrible health. I mean, obviously my health isn't too bad, but like, he's at a point where his health is absolutely terrible. He's like everything that I despise about YouTubers, like milking his audience, refusing to make change. And as a social worker, I look at some of the stuff that he says too. So like, it's not just the YouTube portion, it's the social work portion of me too. That's like, that doesn't sound accurate. So he's saying that he's got like a $1,500 a month copay and he's on disability. And I'm like, that just sounds wrong. Like, who has a $1,500? Like, what is your deductible? $15,000? Like, there's no way that your deduction is that high. Like, it's just so wrong, and it makes me so angry. Yeah, called pre-death. Yeah, I'm suffering a condition called life. You know, like, and he does those like very serious, like this is what he does, right? So he'll get on. Here, let me kill this guy first, and I'll show you what he does. This is an example of what he does, and I need to make sure that nobody joins the stream because they'll be very confused. He'll be like, "Hi guys, it's been a rough couple days for me, and to give you guys some updates, it's not looking too good for me. Down to my last couple $1,000s. And again, this is fake. If you're joining, please don't be worried." And he's like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do for myself. I guess I'm just gonna have to go back to being homeless again." And I'm just watching the video like, yeah, I guess that's what's going to have to happen. And he'll be like, if you could find it deep within your hearts to help me. And it's like, nope, can't find it in my heart to help you at all. Because I don't think you're being honest. And it's so disingenuous. Please don't look at my background, by the way. It's like all over the place. I also put this over here just so that way it's not a white wall. Because I always felt that it looked a bit cattywampus when there was nothing over there. Next he will say he suffers from lycanthropy. Probably. It's just, it's everything that I hate. Because, like, what it is it was actually a real condition. And it's called learned helplessness. That's a real thing. You can literally learn that being helpless is beneficial for you. And then you'll just, it will just be the rest of your life. You will just learn that helplessness is fine. And I hate it. As a real condition, by the way. I remember I heard that for the first time, and I was like, you guys just like being a little passive aggressive at this individual? Because this is like a teenager that had it. And they're like, no, it's like a real thing. Learned helplessness. But he has it like as an adult, and he's like 30 something. Like 37 or something. Oh, sorry, I missed this whole portion of the lore. So anytime that anybody gives him like any sort of flack about like, why did you feel the need for all the prostitutes? He'll just be like, and then they'll be like, that was such a bad decision. He'll be like, I was suicidal back then. And that obviously that pissed off a whole other group of people who were kind of like, bro, you're telling me that you're going to come on stream and you're going to tell people that you were suicidal while you were banging hookers every day? Like, it seems like you were just, you know, like, it's... If you're like, why did you dig this hole for yourself? He'd be like, oh, I didn't think I'd live this long. Oh, it just drives me insane. It's like, shut up. It's like, you know exactly what to say to try to, you know, buy yourself any sort of credit that you can. My character right meow is a level 12 absolute fucking unit of a man. Redonius Redface. He's got a crown store gear and a camel. It's like, I don't mind that he has financial problems. It's the fact that he relies on his audience to solve his financial problems. Like, it's not on any content creator's audience to solve their content creators' problems. Like he'll make statements like, "Oh, well, it's, you know, it's my audience that helped me through my depression," and I'm like, it's an odd thing to say. I would not want to rely on my audience to solve my depression. Nor how do you even bring that up? Because mind you, he made like gaming content. It's not like I'm going to be like, guys, can we have a quick therapy session real quick? Been feeling really down recently. Can you guys tell me everything's going to be... Can you tell me everything's going to be okay? It's like, what? It is an art. It's an art of manipulation, and I hate it. I see right through, and I hate that he's been able to get this far. Exactly. He's just ungrateful. And that's what drives me insane. It's like, you were able to be a content creator for 10 years. It didn't work. He's not like worked the job since like the early 2000s. Like, imagine if any of us were able to just sit at home. Like, imagine if doing this was your full-time job and you were out banging hookers and investing in crypto, and then you had the audacity to be like, you know, guys, instead of getting a job, how about like you guys buy like a bunch of my merchandise and donate to me so that I can just like do this for forever? You'd be like, what? Sorry, that's the lore. I know that I'm like going off on these deep tangents, but it's everything that I hate about manipulative people, because I see it so much at my job that it makes my blood boil with anger. Like, from the helplessness portion to the, oh, well, everybody else has to help me versus me help myself. It's just, oh, all of it just makes my blood boil. Ugh, I could summarize it as those people who go to the hospital for like something dumb, like to get like a shot, and then they take the little pictures, you know, like in the hospital bed, and they're like, "Oh, I'm okay. Don't ask me what happened." And you're like, "What? Why are you in the hospital?" And then they're like, "I stubbed my toe." And you're like, "What the hell?" It will be okay. Your beatus will cost you a leg, but American taxpayer will foot the bill. I mean, he's on disability too. That's the other interesting thing. That's why I'm like, his copay's not $1,500 a month if you're on disability. You find me an insurance that's got for a single individual, it's got $1,500 a month deductibles. Also, why is your deductible monthly? Like, it's just nothing lines up at all. And if he's broke, he should qualify for free insurance anyways. Like, it's all drives me insane. Oh my gosh, he also has like $50,000 worth of Magic the Gathering cards. Imagine if any of us just had like $50,000 worth of like, you know, anything lying around. I'm like, hey, can you guys donate me some money? What are these gold bricks next to you, Jake? Oh, well, like, I'd have to sell those. You know, it's only going to go up in value, the price of gold. Like, I don't want to have to sell these right now. Oh. Like, it's one thing to do like what other YouTubers have done to destroy like their careers and their credibility. It's another thing to just like be a whiny baby. Like the BuzzFeed Unsolved guys, they tried to paywall all of their content behind $5, and I thought that everyone was going to kill them. Like, I thought that they were going to show up to their houses and just absolutely desecrate them. But they reversed the decision. It's going to go up a month early on their paid platform, and then it will go up on YouTube. But even they, like the BuzzFeed Unsolved guys, I think they're called like The Watcher. They were like, you know, in the news recently, because I'm always up to date on like what people are doing to destroy their credibility. Because fun fact, I was streaming one time, and I was watching a prostitutes don't accept magic cards as currency. Yeah, but like, imagine if you had like a gold bar and you're like begging for money. And they're like, well, how much is that gold bar worth? And I'm like, it's about 50,000. And you're like, oh, well, that's more than I have. Like, oh, there's my cat. Please don't make any noises on the keyboard, please. Don't press any buttons. Oh, I'm just trying to headbutt my hand. What's up? Yeah, you want pet? Sorry, my cat wants to be pet, everybody. Please bear with me. She sensed the stress and anger about talking about content creators. Everybody see you? Well, they can't see. They can only see the tops of your head. Here you go. Be a big scratch. Maybe they love you. You have more fans than I do. Give you some pets. Yeah, and those guys, like, everyone will say, like, oh, we need more money. No, you don't. Like, What's Critical did a great breakdown. He was like, their advertisers for each of their videos alone is paying between $10,000 and $15,000, potentially more, just to be an advertiser on that video. The AdSense is like tens of thousands of dollars. Like, they're making bank. They can pay their employees perfectly fine. Plus, all the expenses that they would incur, like paying salaries, is also a tax deductible thing. So it's like they have deductions that they can take for making their series as well as paying their staff. Like, it was just a whole... It's so goofy. It's the same with, like, you know, YouTubers claiming to be poor. It's like, I doubt it. So you'll never hear me ask for money, because it's dumb. Because if I was broke, I would just go to my job more and then, you know, work more, you know, like, it'd be to be fair, it's a scary thought, you know. Imagine your whole life is determined based on whether or not people watch your Elder Scrolls videos. That would be terrifying. That is probably like nightmare fuel. Like, I'm like, oh, update 46. This is gonna piss everybody off. Nobody's gonna watch my videos. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to eat this week. YouTube chart says they're only pulling 500K a year. Don't look at the YouTube chart. YouTube charts do not act. You talk about like Social Blade. Here's the problem with long form content is like, so when you look at stuff like Social Blade tells you based on like the lowest RPMs possible. Like, because it also doesn't distinguish between like a view on a short versus a view on a live stream versus a view on a video, right? And all of those things are vastly different. Like, there are, or what is their yearly views? And I could probably tell you closer to about what they're bringing in. I'll peel back the curtain for you a little bit and tell you about what they're actually getting. If you could still see like how many views they're getting. What's their yearly views? Man, this is not a fast way to get experience, but bar swapping would be such a helpfully thing to get. Helpfully thing to get. That's not even a real word, is it? Helpful. That's what I should have said. Event's still on only if you play on PC, sadly. I think, right? Is that true? If you guys play on PC, you guys still have the event, you little rapscallions over there. I'm not a PC gamer, unfortunately. Except for Wizard 101. That's the exception. I will live and die on Wizard 101. Best Storm Wizard on the box. And 2 extra days. Which it's like, what, Thursday then? I'm guessing it should end. That would be 2 extra days, wouldn't it? Tomorrow's also payday for me, so that's always good. Always nice when payday rolls around. I have overtime on that check too. Should be nice. Also, if you're not following on Twitch, we're trying to get to 1,000 Twitch followers. Let me see what we're at right now, because I am always all over the place with Twitch. What are we at on Twitch? 809. We're in the final 200 stretch. And again, you just need to follow on there. You don't have to subscribe. Please don't subscribe, because I feel obligated to offer you guys stuff for those of you who do. We should put like the Twitch people in the end credits too. If you guys use your Twitch Amazon Prime thing over there. But do not. Because I literally offer nothing right now. I don't even offer Patreon, or not Patreon, YouTube member stuff. I need to figure out what even to give to those guys. Because I don't want to gatekeep anything behind. It's 13 million in 30 days. That would be, let's see. Be 156 million views. I'm trying to think. If my calculator doesn't go very well into the millions. That's 156 million views yearly. Alright, remember that number, everybody. 156 million. Divided by 1,000. It's 12. Yeah, so if my calculations are correct, now granted, this is with them being at a high RPM. Thank you for the subscriptions, Smoking Terps. They would be averaging about $3,072,000 a year in YouTube ad revenue alone. And then each of their videos is probably worth between $5,000 and $15,000 to an advertiser, potentially more if they can guarantee that the video will get so many views. So potentially as high as, I think even Moist Critical said, like 25,000. Now granted, they did say that they have 20 employees or something, but even if you divide that by like 20, so this is just the YouTube ad revenue. That's $153,000 per person. And that doesn't include, so let's say, I don't know how many videos they make per year, you know, let's say they make like a video a week, right? That's 56 times, we'll split the difference, say 15,000. That's another 840,000 just in advertisers. So they're at almost $4 million a year. And they're gonna, and that doesn't include their Patreon, by the way, which also, I think if I remember correctly, I think they had like 2,000 people on Patreon at like $5 a week, so, or $5 a month. So it's like, so then it's like, you know, 2,000, you know, times $5 times 12, that's $120,000 there. So it's like they're clearly over $4 million a month. So then you do, you know, 4.1 million divided by their 20 employees. Now they're at like 205,000, you know, per year. It's crazy the amount of money that they're probably bringing, and they still felt the need to do more. Yeah, they do live shows. They probably have YouTube memberships. You know, they have all sorts of crazy stuff. Does YouTube pay more than your job? That's a hard question to quantify. So, like, let's say, for example, I made a banger video, right? And it took me 2 hours to make, right? Like, maybe I did like another 101 tips video. My 101 tips video would probably be worth more per hour than it would have been for me to go to my job. Like, if that makes sense. So like say it took me 2 hours to make that video, the 101 tips video, which probably took longer because it did really well. It's got like 60,000 views. So if you took 63 times 5, that means that over its lifespan, it's made me $315. So divide that by 2. Because my RPM's lower because I make shorter content. My RPM is about like $4 to $5. That's still $157 per hour. However, that also requires the video to do well. So like my Tuesday vendor videos, like it's more of just like a fun update. you know, type thing versus me trying to like financially profit. So it depends on the type of video. The problem becomes though too is you can only make so many videos. Like I couldn't upload like 5 ESO videos in a day, because even if I wanted to, then they'd have to compete against each other for your recommended spot. So like YouTube will only recommend a certain amount of your videos at once, and once you're not in that little cool kids club anymore, you know, once you've been recommended those 2 videos, that's it. But it's pretty lopsided, like YouTube versus my job. My job pays me like pretty well, you know, to do the job that I do, going into people's homes, assessing their needs, you know, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. You get mileage reimbursement, good health care, like all that stuff. I've enjoyed the Y-Files takeoff. I don't know if I know who that is. Yeah, I mean, the greed definitely felt a bit off. Oh, I didn't even include merchandise sales. There's probably, Lord only knows how much they make of merchandise sales. Like, it just feels so scummy, you know? Like, I don't even like designing t-shirts because I'm like I have like 2 t-shirt designs, right? And it's like, you know, what am I going to make more t-shirt designs? It just feels, I don't know, it feels weird. It's like with people who are like, Jake, you should make a Patreon. I'm like, I mean, maybe, because I don't like how the YouTube membership stuff looks, but also like, I don't know. Your goal shouldn't be to milk your audience dry. Quality over quantity, that is the problem though, because like when I guarantee make 2 videos a week because I have the Tuesday vendor and the Friday vendor, which makes it harder for YouTube to recommend videos of mine, because it's going to recommend you like old golden vendor videos that like are already weeks old. So the algorithm hates content like that, but like, you know, I'm not going to stop doing it just because it's harmful, you know, necessarily for long-time viewership and ad revenue. It's like, imagine if I stopped making the golden vendor videos. Who would I be, you know? Nothing without the golden. And Zanil, obviously, the furnishing vendor. Thankfully, the intro pun has kind of saved me a little bit. Because some people will watch the videos just to see what the intro pun is, which has saved me quite a bit. Because people will be like, well, I'll see what the intro pun is. And then sometimes you guys like stick around. You know, so that's always good, even on older content as well. Which is very nice. Oh, well, thank you, Danny. I heard they're going to have a Elder Scrolls Game 6. You're more into the game more than me. Have you heard of that yet? So, like, you mean like Elder Scrolls 6? So Elder Scrolls 6, I think, is going to be released in like 2 to 3 years, I want to say. I'm excited for it. Hopefully I'm big enough that I could do like a Let's Play and like hidden areas, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it was too late to do it for Skyrim, but I really, you know, want to try to make content about Elder Scrolls 6, because I think it'll be absolutely fantabulous when it comes out. Person didn't even fight back. Oh my gosh, we're still not even really close to 13. Yeah, this is painful. At least the mob density here is a little bit better. Also, feel free to ask any questions that you guys want. Anything that you want to know. You can ask me my opinion. You could ask a question. Anything. Elder Scrolls 2. I think there'd be riots if they made Elder Scrolls 2. Like, or ESO Online 2. It will be fantabulous after year 2 when modders have a chance to fix it. This is Bethesda we're talking about. Like, so when I play like Skyrim or Oblivion, I don't really notice a whole lot of bugs and stuff. Even on Starfield, didn't really have any problems with bugs. But I feel like PC is more prone to bugs. What do I think the location will most likely be? Hammerfell, or like a combination of like Hammerfell and Daggerfall. Elder Scrolls 6 might have weekly vendors. That's true. You never know. They are working on a new standalone MMO as well. I do worry about how long they've been working on it, because oftentimes when you've been working on something for so long, the hardware just becomes so outdated. It's like you almost have to not start over necessarily, but like you have significant work to keep doing. But I think Hammerfell / Daggerfall, and I think not necessarily because like, oh, just because we haven't gone there yet. It's more so because I think narratively it makes the most sense. So we were in Skyrim, they're rebelling against the Empire, the Thalmor, those little rapscallions down there, they're all doing their little goofiness, trying to oppress the Empire and keep the rest of the world in disarray so that they can profit off of the problems and whatnot. Hammerfell, in that whole rigmarole, there was cut content where you could actually get Hammerfell's assistance in the Civil War inside of Skyrim, and so I think it's gonna kind of be in that similar space of like continuing down like either the reunification of the Empire, the defeat of the Thalmor, or something like that. Yeah, spoilers. It's been out for a little bit, And how's it going, Mr. Gaming? Caillou? Ohio? I also can't. Maybe I'm messing up my lore here, but didn't Hammerfell already leave the Empire at this point? I feel like I remember them doing that at this point already. I could be wrong, but didn't Hammerfell, like by the time of Elder Scrolls 6 or Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, obviously, like didn't Hammerfell leave or secede successfully or something along those lines? I could be crazy. Hammerfell fought for their independence. That's why I think it makes the most sense that they're going to do something in the storyline. I could see them like reunifying the Empire. I could see them defeating the Thalmor, teaming up with the Empire to defeat the elves or something, I could see it. Because they really do paint the elves as like the baddies. I mean, like they're so bad you can't even join them, which is crazy because you think about it like in Fallout, you could be any of the things, you want to join the Institute, fuck it, make everybody a robot. They left a sweater so they could come back because they were not quite over the Empire. It's true. Always leave your hoodies at your ex-girlfriend's place, that way they always have stuff to think about you by. It's what the Hammerfell people did. Greetings and salutations, Jake. How's it going? I apologize because I could never pronounce your name correctly when I try to say it. But thank you for coming. Hope that this riveting gameplay is everything that you guys hoped of today. But obviously, feel free to ask any questions or things that you want to know about anything, life, liberty, Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, all the hard-hitting topics. Great War, 4th Era, 171, 175. Is that when Hammerfell seceded, or are we talking about that's when the Thingamahoosin happened? Yeah, there we go, Danny. Get everyone hit the like button for me, Danny. Kidding, by the way. You guys do what you want. You guys feel like we've earned a like so far in my ramblings, and you can hit the like button. Also make it just every so often my stuff will crash out, and I want to make sure. You can't top off a plain pizza. It's true. I don't know why I used that voice. Oh, that's when they gained independence. Moving on up. That is true. ESO, or the Elder Scrolls, in theory, does have a multiverse. In theory, I think. I'm not a lore expert by any means, but I'm pretty sure that ESO has, or the Elder Scrolls has, the multiverse. Exactly. It was a Dragon Break. I thought it was Dragon Pages. Hang on, let me look this up so I don't embarrass myself in front of all my friends. Hang on. Is it really just called... Is it? I thought it was Dragon Page. Is it Dragon Break? Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. Woo! Dragon Break. Ooh, first thing, ESO is not in a Dragon Break. That's crazy. A Dragon Break, sometimes referred to as untime, is a temporary or temporal, phenomenon that involves a splitting of the natural timeline, which results in a branching parallel reality where the same events occur differently or not at all. These result in a return to the non-linear timeline of the Dawn era. At the end of a Dragon Break, the timeline reconnects, making all possibilities and outcomes truth, though contradictory to each other. Dragon is the name, refers to Akatosh, the dragon god of time. What? Wait a minute. A Dragon Break, I gotta read this again. A Dragon Break, sometimes referred to as untime, is a temporal phenomenon that involves in a splitting of the natural timeline, which results in a branching parallel realities where the same events occur differently or not at all. This results in a return to the non-linear timeline of the Dawn era. At the end of a Dragon Break, the timeline reconnects, making all possibilities and outcomes truth, though contradictory to each other. What is the Dawn era? Oh, so the Dawn era is like the pre-universe. During the Dawn era, time did not exist. What? So this is what I thought it was, and mind you, I'm not a lore expert. What I thought happened was, like the timeline is in cycles, right? So in Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, spoilers, Alduin is supposed to like destroy the world, and that would reset the timeline, kind of like the timeline would reset, and then from there, everything would happen again. Alduin would destroy the world, and it would just continue like that. I thought a Dragon Page, or a Dragon Break, as apparently it's called, is anything that would cause the world to survive. But what I think could happen too is that when Alduin destroys the world, it resets, it goes back to the Dawn era. But I'm thinking that we are in a point in time where time is supposed to no longer exist on this chronological timeline past Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. So we'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know. Is that Kalpas? No, I gotta look up what a Kalpa is. Hang on. Isn't that like a cycle? Kalpa cycle. Oh, we're getting clapped. Ah! Oh my gosh, it's an Elder Scrolls things. Oh gosh. All right. Hang on, I should just make you guys be able to read this too. Hold on. All right, hooligans. You guys see this? This is not very well on your guys' screen, is it? Ooh. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Don't move that. Woo! Why can I not touch? Oh my goodness. All right. So this is a Kalpa. A Kalpa referred to as the ending time by the Red Guard and next bounce by the Khajiit. Okay. A period of time over which the world of the Elder Scrolls exists. Some sources indicate that the end of a cycle basically resets to a new dawn era. Okay, all right, that kind of like ties in. Okay, see? Various creation myths prescribe certain deities to the role of destroying the world. Okay. To create it anew. Okay, so this has got to involve Alduin. Okay. Alduin, there we go. Alrighty. The creation of Mundus conjure in different ways. Wait. Vivek recounts Molag Bal being the prince of the Draug. In the previous, in what may be a previous Kalpa. Interesting. So it's the multiverse. This is apparently possible because the Leaper Demon King, don't know who came up with that name, hides part of the world from Alduin each cycle, which are then stuck into the world by apparently Lorkhan. The only realm to endure the end of the Kalpa is the far shores. How is the Redguard afterlife able to avoid the end of the Kalpa, but the other ones can't? What does that mean? How is that possible? What kind of weird Redguard propaganda is this? This is such a weird... Huh. Okay, so it's got the whole cycle theme going where he eats himself and then kills himself. This is so trippy. Wait, can you go here at Elder Scrolls Online? Is this picture from the ESO? This looks like an ESO. Oh yeah, this does look like ESO, doesn't it? This is the far shore. When do you go to the far shore? This looks very Elder Scrolls Online-esque, huh? References. Yeah, but like... Events of Redguard and Online. Thank you. Interesting. So, the question is, what's the difference between a Kalpa and a Dragon Break? That's what I don't understand. I guess maybe they're not different per se. You know, I guess that they can both live and breathe and coexist with each other in the sense that, like, you know, like it's basically your version of the world. What I think it also kind of brings in is, like, in theory, all of us have played Skyrim. We all played it differently. In theory, one of us played it correctly, and that timeline will continue. but the other timelines, got destroyed by Alduin, or in theory, they would get destroyed later. Dragon breaks are when the timeline forks and then goes back to one. Kalpas are when the whole timeline ends. But the thing is you say that, but this is where I think that they're intertwined. Hang on, hold on. Oh, wait, I lost it. Because it says that the dragon breaks, not to bring back the lore here, right? So when the dragon breaks end, they go back and meet back at the Dawn Era. The Dawn Era is the time before time. So, which is at the beginning of a Kalpa. So basically, these dragon breaks end when the Kalpa ends, in theory, because that's what makes a new Dawn Era, which is the time before time, which then starts a new cycle. So in theory, the only way that these branching realities go back into the main timeline is during the Dawn Era. And how do you get to the Dawn Era is the timeline ends. So in theory, Doctor Strange is correct. I think people can remember dragon breaks, but in theory, I think they can remember Kalpas too. Isn't that, did we see that? Hold on. Yeah, see, you can remember a Kalpa too. Vivek recounts Molag Bal being the prince of the Draugrs and what may be a previous Kalpa. So I think you can remember both. Maybe it's like, maybe they're kind of the same thing, but different in some ways, We are really going down. We're really going down the rabbit hole. Now you know why I never turn on my lights in the any event. Vec has achieved Chim though. Well, yeah, but if he can do it, it's kind of like, well, why is that different for anybody else? In the sense that, I'm just saying with about dragon breaks being different than a Kalpa, I feel like they're the same thing in a sense. But I could be wrong because I have no idea even how all this, my brain had heard a lot of this stuff before, but Lord only knows. Can you start from the very beginning? Yeah, I'll be at the beginning. What is going on? Oh, we're not even level 13 yet. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look up a video from Fudge Muppet. They do a pretty cool lore analysis. I feel like I've watched them previously. The thing is, though, is I'm fairly certain this is just all a way to tie in the fact that, like, we all play RPGs differently, Like, it's all, we all play RPGs, right? Like, some of us have played Oblivion, Skyrim, Morrowind. We all did different shit. This is the way that, like, all of that different stuff can happen, but also still tie into an overarching story. I think that's kind of like what this is. In a sense, it's not that much different than the multiverse in Marvel, where it's like, yeah, you've got branching timelines, but eventually they all meet back together or wipe each other out or stuff like that. So, like, in a sense, it's not that much different. What I wonder is, so, like, in the Marvel multiverse, like, guaranteed events are still, like, supposed to occur. I wonder if that's also kind of like how they do it here, where, like, you're guaranteed to get blah blah blah, Deus Ex developer. If I remember right, dragon rights are invented to explain multiple possible game endings in the games, just like you say. Yeah, that's what makes sense. Now, will they do that in the Fallout TV series? Dun, 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 dun. All started with the warp in the west to explain different endings players could achieve in Daggerfall. Just tell me where to sign up. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here, obviously, with lore and everything else. There's just so much lore with the Elder Scrolls. I also do not think, somebody had commented it above earlier and I missed it, I don't think that the Elder Scrolls is going to have a TV series. We worked, well, not dragons per se. We were talking about dragons breaking. Dragon breaks, a little different. Not ones that you can mate as. The Kalpas are the times in between when the mobs respawn. That could be. Oh, level 13. Basically overpowered, honestly. Seasoning and poultry. That is what we love to see. Honestly, thinking about all this ESO lore has hurt my head. It's a lot to process, you know? Like, it's a lot to think about. On behalf of all lore nerds, I sincerely apologize for getting Jake off track and keeping him there. Thank you. It's a big commitment. To be fair, the tangent about Boogie 2988 was probably much worse. Exactly. I do enjoy the Elder Scrolls lore. I just don't think that it would translate to a TV show kind of like in the same way that like Fallout does, right? So like my dad watched the Fallout TV series because like there's a basis of like the real world in Fallout, you know what I mean? No, we don't need a repair kit. We're just our weapons out of enchant. We're good. And like, so because of that, it's easier to be like, hey, you know, this TV show that you like, it's based on just like a slightly altered version of the world that deviated in like 1950 or whatever. And then, you know, we're further in time. There was a big resource war. People started nuking each other, and then boom, you're here. You know, versus the Elder Scrolls, it's like we got the Aedra, the Daedra. Literally knows what time a TV show would take place in like the timeline, you know? I don't even know, like, if you had to make an Elder Scrolls TV series, when would you base it? Like, would you make it recent? Like, with, like, Skyrim era? Would you go back to the Elder Scrolls era? Like, what would translate the best to a TV series? Because I feel like stuff like the Dragonborn stuff wouldn't translate very well to TV. Elder Scrolls is part of the real world too. I mean, furries, lizard people, and stuff. I mean, interesting stretch, but maybe. There are some people who theorize that the Fallout world, or the Fallout universe, becomes the Elder Scrolls universe. You know, all the radiation and everything creates magic, which then eventually creates the Elder Scrolls universe. So, you know, huh? Any thoughts on that theory, huh? You know, theorists in the back. I could be standing in, like, the sands of California right now. Make a TV show where it's just the Dwemer hanging out in wherever they want. You're probably like a random plane of oblivion. We have about 20 minutes left on the stream too. So if you guys have questions, just chuck them at me. You know, hit me with all the hard-hitting questions that you have. You need to make an ESO movie with just the cinematics. That's a good point. That would be good. Game of Thrones is the GOAT. That is true, but as we saw with Game of Thrones, it can be hard to end those series. Because it could be hard to put a bow on those things. So Fallout Season 8 is the Elder Scrolls. It could be. You never know. The Deathgate Cycle book series did a fun job. That sort of storyline. ESO wouldn't work on as a TV series. I would compare it to Lord of the Rings and the Targaryens. I think that fantasy is fine. Like, fantasy worlds are fine. The question would just be, like, what story would you tell? That's the problem that the Elder Scrolls have, is there's so many stories. And the universe is so complex. Like, it's kind of like making a Warhammer TV series. But I think even a Warhammer TV series is even easier, because, like, there's less connection to specific characters in the Warhammer universe, where here you've got Aedra, Daedra, timelines that are very fixed, you know. Even like the Warhammer universe is like, it's pretty, you know, vague in a lot of senses. Like, there are thousands of worlds out there that are just getting massacred. I do agree though with you. I do think the Oblivion storyline would translate the best. I also don't necessarily dislike the fact that you could do the Elder Scrolls Online main story quest decently well. I think that you could do something like that, you know, kind of fighting a Daedric prince, and that slowly introduces the world. You learn about the Empire that way, you know, through the Emperor. Like, it's kind of set up to be like a, you know, you kind of learn who all the players are. The question's just going to be kind of like it would be very hard to write, because it's very RPG-esque. But Fallout did it really well. The only bad thing about the Elder Scrolls is the Elder Scrolls doesn't have that same, like, whimsical humor that you can just easily rely on. Like, you know, whenever, you know, things are getting too serious, you just chuck out, you know, something random or something funny. It's it's harder to translate stuff like that, you know? It's true, Fallout could be a Dragon Break or Kalpa. A 3-perspective ESO story from the POVs of each character in the factions. That's true too. You could do like a 3 Banners War type thing too. Now every character thinks that they're morally correct. I think you have, like, because that's the hard thing is the story portion. You could just do something. It's going to be like, how do you tell a story that's got good writing and compelling characters, and which characters do you use? Took an arrow to the knee. Exactly. Just tell that story. I'm still waiting for them to do a perspective from stormtroopers in the Star Wars universe. I think that would be incredible, honestly. Like a stormtrooper who either slowly defects, or, you know, like, it's like a couple stormtroopers, some of them slowly defect, some of them become more absolute and they're thinking about the Empire, and then some of them die. You know, I think that would be a really good Star Wars storyline too. It's kind of like Rogue One in a sense, where it's like you introduced all these characters and you just watch them die. And you watch them do different things, you know? You even get to see the perspective of the Admiral too. I think that's what he is with the white suit, the Admiral guy. Took a sweet roll to the knee. It's not doing. It's doing the thing again where it doesn't. It's blocking the chat. Hang on, let me try to fix the chat here real quick. Hopefully that fixes it. Needs to be the stormtrooper who slammed his head on the door frame. To be fair, I'm pretty sure that guy's dead. Pretty sure he blew up, unless they saved him. He could be alive, maybe, in that sense. I also think a really cool Star Wars story would be like a guy who just survived 66, but like, it's the immediate aftermath, you know, like where everyone's like, you're getting off course. Not like they kind of drip to that a little bit in Baby Yoda's story, but it's like, just do like a whole dedicated story, you know? Just make like a whole storyline, just surviving Order 66, you know? And it could take place with multiple Jedi, some of whom would just get massacred by stormtroopers, you know, or clone troopers. I always thought stuff like that would be really cool. You know, like tell a story for multiple. It's kind of like, I think Battlefield 1 does a really good job of that in its storyline. Where it's like you die and then it's like you load up as like a new person just to continue the fight. I'm like, damn, that's savage. Makes you feel exceptionally guilty about dying too. You're like, well, that guy's dead. Never see his wife and kids again. Bad Batch. I do love the Bad Batch storyline. I'll set to go. Be right back. Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that. There's about 13 minutes left, so just let me know if you guys have questions, comments, or ideas. Been a long time since I've spent time in Stros Makai, but isn't there a Dwemer rune here? There is, but it's almost empty. I feel like I'm just wandering around at this point. I think I could go back to it, but it is like... it's fairly desolate. The only thing I don't know is if you can... oh, a chest. I've become so used to being able to pop lock. Actually having to manually pick locks again is a unique experience. Iron Greatsword of Frost. Exactly what we wanted to see from that. It's exactly what I needed. Are any of y'all on PlayStation? Statistically, about 30-something% of you guys are on PlayStation. And obviously, feel free to join the Discord. Just got here and you're leaving. You got 12 minutes to ask, talk about whatever you want, ask any questions. I try to do it in 2-hour blocks because, fortunately, I still have like a bunch of other stuff I have to do, you know. But that, 2 hours of streaming. I try to dedicate at least 2 hours to content creation every day, whether it's a video, whether it's a stream. That way it's, it's pretty like a routine. Because, the guy that runs the YouTube channel runs a pretty loose ship. And if you let him, he'll forget about you. This isn't terrible. The doctor stuff today. Hopefully everything's okay. I was at a hospital today for work, and hospitals are just... not my kind of place, even though, what I do requires me to go there quite often. Still have to cook dinner and all that stuff too. Cat's already eaten dinner, so she's good. I just have to figure out what I want to make. That's always the hardest part. And if you are here and you haven't hit the like button yet, please just meander over and hip thrust the like button for me. It will help recommend the stream to other people, and I always think this is an interesting series. A little Trapped in Stros Makai series. It's got a lot of, got a lot of uniqueness to it, I feel, when it comes to Elder Scrolls Online challenges. But I don't know if I've actually seen a whole lot of ESO-esque challenges on the YouTube anyway. I've seen some gold making ones, but I don't think I've seen anything else. So this makes him unique in what he does. Thrusting, exactly. Thrust into the like button for me. Is there any like urns here? You should be looking for urns. A jug. Okay, maybe. Okay, I did not know that there were urns in here. All right, so that got us a wood rack. We find out this is like an OP area to get dwarven motifs or something weird. The lusty like button. Oh god. I still remember for a like challenge I read the Lusty Argonian Maid part 1 and 2, and I still think about that a lot. For companion gear outside of buying from the archive, you just want lots of lootable bodies. What are you talking about? Just like trying to get companion gear? I think the best thing too is events. There's a lot of events that give companion gears from reward boxes. I am in this place right here. Zark. Looking for urns. Urns could be a game changer, you know? Find us some rare motifs before we wrap up the series, you know? I think after today we'll have like 5 hours left. 4 or 5 hours, somewhere around there. And we got the mount, so it's kind of like, what do we want the crescendo to be, you know? In theory, I guess he's just getting experience right now. At least the urns have got stuff in them. Usually there's more empty ones. Decent amount of open ones. Gotta go play ESO. Thanks everyone. We'll see you later, Danny. We also have about 8 minutes left on the stream. Feel free to ask any of those wacky tacky questions that you guys might have. What is this? What is that? Construct Dynamo Core? What is this? What? Hello? What did I just pick up? Trophy! Look at this! The source of power for a humanoid construct. This Factorum part should be a oh, this is how you make that, the thingamahoosin. Oh, I have the chat box turned off. I'm so sorry. It's on me. That's how you make that little humanoid guy for your house. Clockwork City Factorum. Thank you. I was like, what in the world is this? I'm just on the urn for learns. Yep, that's for that little guy that you could put in your house. Oh my gosh, you can actually... I did not know that you can use emotes, and that would pop up in the chat below me. Oh Lord, that is Among Us. Thank you, Judge Blackheart, for that. I needed to see that. I just didn't know that animated ones would pop in, so on my screen it just pops up as like it like how it's spelled, like eyes. Oh look, there's a link. And then Among Us. So it's just like appears as text on my like chat log screen, and then on my actual screen, which is just like with all the overlays, it comes up with the what it actually has on it, which is just kind of funny. This other room's got more urns in it, maybe. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by, Mr. Blackheart. We're doing a terrible YouTube challenge where we're trapped in a starter zone trying to see how much we can accomplish. Fortunately, we only have about 6 minutes left, but it's good to see you guys all today. Gort the robot. Oh, gosh. Alright, I'm definitely clicking examine, not jump. Can I examine this? I guess that's probably from the main quest. Just, there's got to be some more urns here somewhere. If only I had the treasure hunter emo or the treasure hunter personality equipped. If only I had it unlocked. Oh, it's a seat. I thought that was a box. Gross. Yeah, if you guys have any final questions, start to chuck them in the chat here. I'll be sure to answer all your guys' questions and everything before we have to pop out of here. Well, that's how you go back to the surface. Oh, I forgot they had this little portion here. I think there's actually 2 portions. Because this one, I think, spawns mobs, and over there has the traps. What's the respawn timer for nodes like that? I think it's like, I want to say like 40 minutes? But some of them will respawn instantly if you just change rooms and go back. So it's a bit weird when it comes to urns and stuff like that. Because there's quite a few places that you can literally just like go in and out of a door and then just do on repeat. There's a place in High Isle, it's just like that. It's just craziness. Alright, we got more scorpions. We had all the foul bait we ever needed. I just didn't know you could start slaughtering scorpions. Would have never had to, if you guys remember, we had to like beg in zone chat to buy bait from people. That was an interesting start to the challenge. Was the portion where we got all the main story done, all the side quests done, but then we needed bait to get the money, and then we were able to move onwards and upwards from there. That's how you leave. I don't want to leave. I want to find a good area. I mean, I guess there's an okay amount of urns and stuff. Let's try this way. Is this not a way? Is it not always linked together? Recharge. Listen, man, we can't afford to do things like recharge weapons. We're kind of humdinging it here when it comes to money. Oh, there it is. So this is how you go the other way. I'm sure that you don't take that much damage going through this. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Oh, we might not be fine. Wait, I think this is. I actually have a heal. Boom. Never let the haters leave you down. Oh my god, we're still gonna die. Oh no. That is a terrible heal. I will be streaming again on Saturday and or Sunday. Probably for longer than 2 hours. I don't know what day yet. I don't know what time, but it'll be a weekend day. And it will be for a good chunk of time. So keep me in mind for the weekend, as we will be doing something. We'll probably be going back to Cyrodiil, depending on if what you guys want. It's really up to you guys, the viewers, what you want to see. If you guys want me to go and suffer, you know, do something specific, that's always an option. Once it ends, repair your weapon. Listen, we can't afford to repair weapons. We are on a strict budget, everybody. It can be recharged once he gets to leave Stros Mackay, you know? That's when it'll be charged. We're trying to ball in a budget right now. But any questions or anything else, put them in the comments below. I'm cranking through you guys' comments, responding to as many of them as I can. Oh, the best way to get a hold of me, if you have a specific thing that you want to definitely get answered, is join the Discord, in the Discord link below. And you catch me there, posting all sorts of stuff. And if you guys have questions, you can reach out on Discord, post general questions to the Discord itself. We have a tab to make sure if you guys need stuff crafted for you, we get you crafted gear if you're on different platforms. And I'll catch you guys in the old Discord. Thank you for stopping by. Winge Dog TV, thank you for stopping by. Bosco, thank you. Have a good night also to Sidian and Linus. We'll see how I feel when the stream officially ends. Maybe we will, maybe we won't.